And we're back. 5:43 is the time. Take a look there. Hot. That's really all you need to know as you head out the door this morning. It's going to be hot this afternoon, especially inland. And there's the breakdown there for the different regions along the coast. You're basically going to be in the 70s today. Around the bay, you're going to be in the 80s, and inland, you're in the 90s to low 100s this afternoon. Probably the hottest day of the week will be happening today. This afternoon, going to be a scorcher out there. Let's get right to it now. Evelyn Taft standing by in the Weather Center right now with full details on this, Ev, as we look at the Bay Bridge span here. Cool morning to start with, but boy, it's going to change.
It's going to be a hot one, and I do want to take a look at the shot for you right now because I want to show you temperatures outside. Temperatures a little later as well. So Oakland, you're currently at 60 degrees by noontime. You'll be at 79. Looks like it could weaken to a tropical depression. 5:46 is the time right now. Let's get a check on traffic for George.
Good morning, Evelyn. We'll start off with a look at the ride on Interstate 80. We're tracking the commute here, which has had no problems or hot spots for this westbound ride here. No delays. Ace Train, Caltrain, and BART all doing well so far. Sir.
Excellent, George. Thank you much. We'll visit with you again in just a moment. In the meantime, some national headlines to get to this morning. Actually, some state news. A prison in Chino still under lockdown this morning. Take a look at these pictures. 55 prisoners sent to the hospital. Another 250 inmates were hurt. And as you saw just a moment ago, part of the prison set on fire. You can see the smoke and the glow in the background there. As many as 80 officers had to respond to this riot last night. They basically say inmates started rioting because of tensions that had been bubbling up between black and Hispanic prisoners. No guards were hurt. And in sports news this morning, Tiger Woods shot 565 to overtake third-round leader Patty Harrington and win the Bridgestone Invitational by 4 strokes for his second tour victory in as many weeks and 70th of his career. There he is, the congratulatory handshake to him. Woods has won the event at Firestone Country Club 7 times now in 10 starts and is the first player in PGA Tour history to win 7 times on the same golf course. So Tiger Woods once again in the record books this morning. All right, 5:49 is the time. We're going to take another break here. We'll be back, though, with more in a moment. Let's go outside, give you a live look here again from the Bay Bridge span. And as we see the traffic in the foreground there flowing into San Francisco just fine, I want you to look in the background there. The haze, the early morning fog, the low clouds, all that's in the air this morning. Today is a spare the air day, just so you know, if you can. Carpool to work, work from home, whatever you have to, but the Bay Area Air Quality Management District is asking everybody to do what they can to reduce the number of pollutants in the air. Here's a graphic to show you just how bad it can be. Unhealthy levels in the East Bay, moderate levels everywhere else. Stay indoors if you can, and again, as they say, don't drive if you can avoid it. We'll be right back. And we are back. The time now 5:53. Again, a look at your 7-day forecast. I just want to make sure you know before you head out to work that it's going to be hot today. Take a look at there. Monday, Tuesday, hot, triple digits inland, mid-80s around the bay, 70s along the coast. Unusually warm here, at least unusual compared to what we've seen these past couple of weeks. But we'll get a full breakdown of the forecast with Evelyn in a moment. Just know it's going to be hot. Dress accordingly and just be ready for it. All right, and a quick bridge check for you here. We'll begin obviously with the San Mateo Bridge, where the traffic beginning to build volume-wise, but we're still moving it across the span. No major problems being reported by the CHP. From here, let's jump over to the Bay Bridge approach this morning. Again, traffic flowing through the toll plaza and across the span without any major problems. You're making your way through at this point without any impedance. We'll get a full check with George coming up at the top of the hour. But before we leave here, let's get another check here of the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah, it looks like things moving in from the North Bay just fine. Those headlights are southbound 101 coming in from Marin into San Francisco, and so far so good. Again, no major problems reported by the CHP this morning. And we did want to give you a quick update now again on that accident that happened over the Hudson River in New York over the weekend. A chief investigator now saying that divers are hoping to pull now the airplane that was involved in that crash out of the river before the end of the day today. Here's a quick look at what they've been doing so far. Again, there's a tug out there. There's a big crane that's been set up to pull up the wreckage. In fact, they've already pulled up the helicopter that was involved in this. And here you see rescue teams, scuba divers floating in and around the crash site this morning. The priority this morning really is going to be to recover 2 of the remaining 2 missing people that were involved in this. 9 in all were aboard both the airplane and the helicopter that collided. They pulled up 7. They're looking for the final 2. The Army Corps of Engineers is out there as well, again pulling up wreckage like you see here, parts of that helicopter. They haven't pulled up the airplane yet. They think they found it. They've done some sonar sweeps of the area, and they've had some indications that there's some metal in a particular spot, so they're going to look for that. But here you see that's what's left of the helicopter. It was absolutely decimated in this crash. This Army Corps of Engineer crane pulling up that wreckage, setting it on the barge, and once they get the wreckage of the plane up there as well, they'll begin to piece together exactly what happened out there. About 50 feet of water is what they're working in this morning. We'll keep updating you on this story as it develops throughout the morning. All right, 5:55 is the time. From here, let's lighten things up a bit and talk about the weekend box office. Here are the results coming in this morning. G.I. Joe, that was the big winner, $56 million, a little more than that as a matter of fact. It pulled in. G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, definitely in commanding lead there. In second place, actually, a softer movie there, Meryl Streep's Julia Child's Tale. Julie and Julia was solid number 2 there, 20 million or so, offering folks an alternative to G.I. Joe. And then in third place there, G-Force, still big with the kids, came in third at just under $10 million. Those are your 3 big winners at the box office this weekend. All right, 5:56 is the time. We're going to take another break here, but we'll be back with more in just a moment. Stay with us. Again, we're following that weather this morning. Going to be a hot one for a lot of folks. A live look from our roof camera this morning. The sun beginning to rise, and it'll be that sun that'll bring those temperatures up to triple digits inland. More on the forecast in just a moment.